Hi, everyone. I wanted to take a few minutes to dive a little bit deeper into my upcoming online strength and mobility training series that I am launching that I've already launched, but I am actually going to be starting it in less than 2 weeks. And I am just super excited to finally be bringing this program online. It's been a long time coming, and it's really geared more toward beginners and people who are just kind of getting back into strength training after taking some time off. And so I just wanted to give as much information as possible about, who this program is for, what it entails, and who it's not for, because I think that's also a really important thing to cover. I don't have a script and I have a tendency to ramble. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some timestamps in the comment section so that if you do not have the time or the interest to watch this entire video, you can scrub forward and just cut to the part that you are curious about. I wanted to start by giving a little bit of a background on myself and my experience, because I realized that there's probably a lot of people who follow me on Instagram who don't really know who I am and what I do. So I'm Stephanie, if you haven't figured that out. And I have been a personal trainer for 14 years. I am a level 3 CHEK practitioner. I am a functional range conditioning mobility specialist. I'm a barefoot training specialist. And I've also done some studying with Dr. Guy Voyer, the founder of Eldoa method and Soma training and myofascial stretching. I used to teach yoga and spinning and other types of group exercise. I've worked with older adults and done things in terms of balance training. I've done Olympic lifting training. I've done kettlebell training. I have a lot of tools in my toolbox, and fitness training is just something that I absolutely love. I also recently expanded to include health coaching in my offerings and services. So that is something that I've probably been talking about more lately than my fitness training. But just wanted to give you guys a little idea of, who is this person and who does she think she is bringing her program online. So this strength training program is, like I said, it's geared more toward the beginner or the person who's just coming back. Maybe it's, for somebody who has an injury or a limitation and they don't feel comfortable jumping into other fitness training programs or workout classes. And that's kind of the one big point that I wanted to bring up, is that, I created this as a training series, which is different than a workout class. So, when I used to teach workout classes, I would stand up at the front and I would do things and people would copy what I was doing. And then the next time they'd come in, it would be something completely different, and it was, that sort of deal. When you are doing strength training, it's really important. The programming of it is really important. Everything from exercise selection to your reps, your sets, your tempo, how fast or slow are you doing these exercises, and especially your rest periods. This is something that I think is very commonly overlooked because everybody's in a hurry. People get bored really easily and they want it all in 20 minutes. And, some people love high intensity interval training, high impact kind of stuff, make you feel like you're going to puke, different workout every time. That's not what this program is. So if that's what you're looking for, I would encourage you to look somewhere else. This program is really for people who want to build a solid foundation, and that requires repetition. That is why this program is 6 weeks in length, because that is an optimal amount of time for a person who is either a beginner or coming back after a long time off, unless you play professional sports for a team or you're a high level athlete. Typically 6 weeks is a good amount of time to be working toward a strength training goal. So what does this program entail? Well, I'm so glad you asked. It's going to run for 6 weeks from April 5th through May 13th. And when you sign up, you get access to 12 live sessions. So you're going to choose from either Monday and Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific time, or Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. And you are encouraged to show up to all the live sessions. Now, I know that life happens, and so if you miss a session, it's not the end of the world. I am going to record the sessions and upload them to YouTube as unlisted for the duration of the series. So you can always catch a replay if you happen to miss a live session. You're going to have your camera on, and you're going to be receiving live, real-time feedback, form corrections. I will be there to give you modifications, regressions, progressions. And this is also why I am offering a one-on-one physical assessment before we get started, because I like to know who I'm working with so that I can program effectively and so that I can make it safe and efficient for the person that is training, that I'm training. So, excuse me. So, in the one-on-one physical assessment, if you sign up, you're going to schedule that in the next, hopefully 10 days. And we're going to meet and talk about your individual health and fitness goals. You know, what are you hoping to get out of this training program? What are your longer term fitness goals? We're going to talk about your history of injury or what you're dealing with. Maybe you've got some shoulder stiffness, or your hip or your low back's been giving you trouble. That is all very important information for me to know before we get into these small group training sessions. In that one-on-one session, you're also going to get a basic mobility assessment to check out joint function, primarily of your shoulder, your spine, and your hip. And then we are going to also do a body weight strength training evaluation. And it's nothing to be afraid of. I'm not going to put you through the ringer. This is really just for me to collect information on where you're coming in, what your fitness level is, what your movement patterns look like, and that is all going to inform how I can best serve you as your fitness trainer moving forward. Okay, so you get the 12 live sessions, you get the one-on-one physical assessment. You're also going to get access to bonus video material. So there's going to be some homework, and it is optional because, you know, you're an adult and you get to decide if you're going to do it or not. But especially when it comes to improving our joint health and working on mobility, that requires time and it requires some work, and you're going to have these 5 days in between. So there's going to be optional homework. I also have some barefoot training bonus material that I've put together for you, and some breathing exercises. So a lot of people don't realize that the diaphragm is a core muscle, and it's a very important core muscle, but we don't really talk about it, and most of us really don't exercise it. So there's also going to be breathing exercises. So all you have to do is really show up, right? Like you need to show up. You need to show up hydrated. I would like for you to have eaten something because we don't want any low blood sugar attacks happening during training sessions. And then in that hour-long session, I will take you through a warm-up. I will take you through a body weight, full body weight strength training workout. And then we're also going to do mobility and stretching. And then you're going to have some video content for the days in between our sessions that you can work on. You know, primarily you're going to be working on what's coming up in your individual physical assessments, because that is not necessarily going to look the same for everybody. Okay. That was a lot. What else? Equipment. Let's talk about equipment. You don't need much. You need a mat, you need a chair, you need 2 yoga blocks. I'm sitting on one right now. 2 yoga blocks and 2 tennis balls. That's it. You don't need kettlebells, you don't need an Olympic bar, you don't need a pull-up bar, you don't need bands even for this initial program. We are going to be focusing on body weight exercises and mastering those body weight exercises with the weight of our body alone, because if you can't do it without weight, you probably shouldn't be doing it under load. And I say probably just to be gentle. You definitely shouldn't be doing it under load if you can't do it with body weight. Space is very limited, because I want to keep this a small group training experience where people get adequate one-on-one attention. So I have 2 spaces left in the Tuesday, Thursday evening sessions, and there's a few more spaces in the morning sessions right now. Early Bird is going to run through tomorrow, so sign up now if you want to do this. Get $50 off, because why wouldn't you? And if this program is not for you, maybe because you just either have no interest in strength training, or maybe, you know, this sounds like, oh, that sounds like it's more for a beginner, and I have more experience than that, or I want something that's like going to be really, I don't know, whatever's going through your mind. If this program is not for you, I would super appreciate it if you would share it with somebody who might benefit from it, especially if you're one of my trainer friends, because I know you guys all have family members that you've been wanting to train, but we all know how that goes when you try to train a family member, right? I refer out. I'm just like, no, I am not training you. That's not how this is going to go. So maybe you have a family member, maybe a parent, maybe you have a significant other or friends who are wanting to take it a little bit slower, or maybe they have an injury or some other reason why, another fitness training program where they just jump in, or it's just a pre-recorded class where they don't have the one-on-one, they don't have like the real-time feedback and coaching. Maybe they don't feel comfortable doing that. So this would be a perfect program for them. And I would super appreciate it if you would share, if you can think of someone that would benefit from this. Equipment, injuries, who's this program not for? I am offering scholarships for Black, Brown, Indigenous, Asian, Pacific Islander, and people of color. So if you identify as a person in one of those groups and you are interested in joining this program, you can contact me directly just via DM or email to apply for one of those scholarship spaces. And I'm also going to be donating a portion of sales from this program to the NAPAWF. That's the National Asian Pacific American Women's Forum. In light of, recent events that have been going on. And these are, I'm not going to go into all of that, because today is actually like the first day I've been able to kind of climb out from under the covers and even talk about this program, just because the past week and a half has been a lot. But I just wanted to say thanks for, thanks for watching this. Thanks for being here. Thanks for not ditching me because I talked about some real life stuff. It's always interesting to see who drops off when I am not just skipping around and posting smoothie recipes and showing people how to squat or whatever. So thank you. I appreciate you. And if there's any other questions or anything that I forgot to mention, please let me know. Comment, email, DM. I want to answer your questions, and I am excited, very, very excited. This is going to be the start of something really amazing. So much love to all of you. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.